Good morning, everyone. I'm Ann Thompson from Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, Arkansas, and this is our third floss tube. Today's date is July 20th. Okay, very good. It was a late night last night and an early morning this morning. We're blessed to have 12 stitchers with us yesterday and today from Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. I've known these ladies for most of them for a pretty long time. Maybe one or two of them are fairly new in this little group, but they're sweet Southern ladies, and we're thoroughly enjoying having them and helping them. We have stitch tables that we can seat 12. And so they have took up the 12 seats and are enjoying just time together, taking their road trip and coming over to see us. So a shout out to all the ladies. Their little name is Stitchers of Status, that they voted and named themselves years ago. So we're happy to have them. Uh, I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched. If you're new, thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to watch us, and just we hope you enjoy. I still want to try to keep this short and not too lengthy and long. First, I want to start with doing a little bit of a recap. Last week we showed you the Lottie Da alphabet, Quaker alphabet, which is this one. And I am videoing from inside my office, trying to get better lighting, so we'll see as this plays later how it looks. Uh, and that day, one of my stitchers that was here told me they had that one stitched. And so I asked to borrow it, and she brought it to us. So as far as her colors and the colors here, it is really spot on. I showed you some the threads last week, and the dye lot had changed, which you can change your threads anyhow. You do not have to use what the designer calls for, and a lot of times I don't. I like to play in the fabrics and the threads and switch up things, and then sometimes I go with what they have used. I am still working on the Apothecary series, the Scary Apothecary. We got emails yesterday that the last 3 are coming out. So I've got to put some finishing stitches in on number 6, and I should finish that up this weekend. It's kind of behind the scenes. I want to wait until they're all stitched before I show them to you. So I'm doing everything I can to get them done and ready before Halloween. Also, last week I showed you Lottie Da. It just happened to work out this way. The My Country, and the reason I'm showing you that again is I need to figure out how do I want to finish it. So with that, I'll start off with I can frame it or have it framed, and then it can be finished into a little pillow like this. And this is a Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread, the Christmas bird. And this is really beautiful. It's just trying to give you the best look I can. I don't know how true to color you're going to see, but it's really rich and pretty. We like to stitch a lot of our shop models on 35, 36 with 2 strands, due to it giving it a very bold look, especially when we're having to put models up high. This one, I believe, this one is going to be a 35 or 36, but it's just gorgeous. So I can do My Country in a frame. I can do it in a pillow, or we can do it as one of the little flat folds, which if you've not seen them or made them, that's what they do. And this particular one is from Miss Nan at Threadwork Primitives, and it's the Christmas fruit basket. So it's just really a precious little piece too. So That is 3 options that I can do for finishing, which would be framing, the pillow, or the flat fold. So if you watch my video, please make a comment below of which you would like for it to be. Not necessarily that I'll pick any. I'm going to pick one of 3 of those ways, but I'm just not quite for sure yet what I want to do with it. And all of those are just great finishes to look at. I have plenty going on right now in the shop. Like I said, we've got Stitchers of Status here. Next week we have Sean from Threads That Bind here teaching two-day workshops with 3 projects. The ladies will be punching 3 different projects, and they are all Christmas themed. I've seen them and they are adorable. So Wednesday and Thursday we'll have a group of ladies, and then on Friday, Saturday, Sean does a repeat, and we'll have a different set of ladies for doing the 3 pieces. There is so much fun and needlework. I had mentioned to you last time about Freedom Friday, and I did load Lottie Dies My Country on there this morning, or I posted it. So if you would please, ask to join, and in that group you can post your work. It doesn't have to be a finished work. It can be a work in progress, but if you would post a picture there with the designer's name. So I posted Lottie Da, My Country, and the finished stitch piece. So as soon as I make a choice and have it finished, I'll put it back in there again just so you can kind of see what the decision made was on it. I'm so thrilled with the thought of all 3 that I'm really on the fence as to which way to go with it. So I need some help. Anyhow, and moving forward, I had asked, I love samplers. I've really never had much time to do one. I've done some. I've never done a reproduction sampler is what I've not ever done. And there are so many out there that it's just unbelievable. But I borrowed this beautiful piece right here that I don't believe this is a long dog design, and it's Moulin Rouge. So I'm going to try to get this over. It is super heavy, but it is just a gorgeous piece. The lady that stitched this stitched it on a fabric she dyed herself, and she named it Mississippi Mud. At the time, she was living in Mississippi, and just chose to dye a piece of fabric, and that's what she got. And she stitched it all in Schoolhouse Red from Gloriana. So it's just a gorgeous piece. After I seen it, I just fell in love with it. And she is one of the ladies that traveled over this weekend, so she brought it for me to show, and we'll probably have it in the shop for at least close to a month, and then she'll pick it up, but we get to enjoy it for a few days. And so with samplers, I've been doing a little bit of looking at samplers. There has been one years ago that caught my eye. I don't know why. I mean, the name is, of course, Ann. So why in the world would I, and that really, the name didn't catch me. It was the picture. And there was just something about this. I didn't get a chance to take it out. And I don't want to make a lot of rattling noise. But there's a lady named Ray that I believe last week had finished this and posted it. I believe it was on Sampler World, one of the Sampler Facebook groups. And so that was just the incentive, because I'd been holding on to this to stitch. So this was the incentive, or her piece was the incentive. Like, okay, let's pull this out and let's grab a piece, start playing with fabrics and threads. I know I want to do a really rich brown. I just haven't had a chance to look at that and make that decision. I'm hoping to maybe before the day's out. If not, then I'll come in on Monday. We're closed on Mondays, but that's time when I can come in and do my paperwork and different things. So, and play with fabrics and threads and kind of leave it and sleep over on it overnight before I make that decision. So, if another thing you can do, if you'd like, if you have stitched this, um, in the comments, please tell me what you stitched it on and what thread you use, what thread color you use. I would just kind of like to see some variety if you've done it. If you're interested in it, then you can check out our website. It should be there. But I want you to please support your local needlework shops. We are far and few in between now, and we are just lovely little places for you to learn to stitch together and meet new friends, catch up with old friends. So if you have a local needlework shop, visit them, visit us. We'd love to have you. Also, you can shop online with us, and we'd appreciate that if you did. I want you to feel free. This is from the very beginning of this. Um, Life is a privilege nowadays, and I feel like we do live in a country that we do have the freedom to stitch, the freedom to choose um, where we worship. And I don't want to make light of the fact that blessings are many, and I want to count mine. And starting off by counting you as a blessing, if you have watched or if you're joining, thank you. We are getting ready to update our calendar for future things that are going to be happening. So you want to really check out our website and look at our calendar. We're super busy this week and next week, so it may take a little bit of time for us to get there, but just be patient with it, with us, and we'll get it updated. And I will get those files loaded on the Shepherd's Needle Freedom Friday page of what I've previously talked about with Flosstube. So I will move forward with, we have kitted these little pieces here. It's Monster Mash by Sue Hillis and Witch Hat by Sue Hillis. And they originally were stitched on fabric. And so I'm going to show you maybe a couple of them. So here, and we've kitted them with your sleds painted. So with Witch Hat, you get 3 purple sleds and 3 orange sleds. And you can mix and match up which ones you want to put on which. That's just kind of what we felt like worked good for us. And then Monster Mash, I'm going to show you 3 quick ones, not all of them, because it's kind of a little hard to get them all in my hand. So in Monster Mash, you're going to get 4 green and 2 purple. And of course, you know, everybody likes Frankenstein, and we will all go back to our bones someday. So to me, I like little skeletons. I think they're cute and comical. And of course, and this little kitty cat doesn't have a happy face, but I love kitty cats. So just kind of wanted to let you know that those we do have. If you want them, great. If you don't, we want you to be happy. We want you to feel free to choose what you want to stitch, and if we can help, that's great. I just want you to enjoy your needle and your thread and your fabric, or your perforated paper, whichever you choose to stitch on. As we get ready here today, it's super hot here in Arkansas. It's just summertime for us, and so I'm trying to keep it as cool in the shop as I can. So, and then sometimes it just, with the heat, it doesn't keep up. So we have done everything we can to keep everybody comfortable today as they stitch. I want to also, we have wool here in the shop. We have some pre-cuts of 8x8 for little finishing pieces. They are pre-packaged, and then we have this. It's normally out on the floor. But I pulled it back here today because I just needed to kind of hide a little bit of my work back there. I've really got it pretty much organized, but I didn't want to have you see everything that's back here. So, and that just needs to be tidied up a little bit more, and I just didn't have time. As we move into August, we will have we have stitch days and different events, so check us out and stop by and visit. I want to give a shout out to Miss Marlene again. That lady is just precious and sweet. She's been a gift for me as far as just keeping me encouraged and keeping me moving forward. I love Priscilla and Chelsea, and I think my favorite thing about them is just like I don't have time for that. And in this day and age, there are times I have to make those choices. There, you want to do more than you can sometimes, and I can't do it all. So I don't have time for some things, and that's part of being free to it's okay to say no if your schedule is just super busy, because you need rest and you need downtime. Jen Stitching, I love your new little haircut. I love that. I've watched some Saltbox Stitcher, I believe. And then I think it's Country Stitchers. So I'm really trying to venture out and get to know more of you on Flosstube. And it's a beautiful community that loves stitching. I don't really want to take up a lot of time today. I've got ladies, like I said, coming in here shortly. I will go ahead and pull my little Halloween tree here and try to do a little spin. And some of these are just little things, but this is what we've got our little, and I'm not for sure that I've gotten all of them. Well, and I've still got those that I pulled off last. So they're just quick, fun things to stitch. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to try to answer them. If you want to message us, you can always email me at ann@shepherdsneedle.com. Our first floss tube, we done a drawing for the Lone M Lane pincushion clamp box, and the winner was Karen Creek. We've not heard from her, so I will give her until the end of the month, and then we will do another drawing. And if it hasn't been claimed by the July 31st, we'll do another drawing to let somebody else get that beautiful little box. Fabrics, last week you commented with your fabrics, and I appreciate that. What I'm going to do for the fabric is, if you commented and you made a comment of what fabrics you like, then you get to get 3 pieces of fabric. It's going to be our selection, but I promise you they won't be a disappointment. So I'm not for sure if I'm pronouncing this right, because I've even seen Sherry spelt this way. So Sherry Price, you're not going to be able to see it, but Sherry Price selected some 14 count Aida or some 28 count even weave. So Sherry, if you'll email me at ann@shepherdsneedle.com, I can, with your address and everything, I'll make sure that we pick out some beautiful pieces to send to you. My question for this week is going to be, I want you to answer. I would like for you to answer if you wish to. I have never stitched and that can be a Christmas piece, a Halloween piece, a sampler. It doesn't matter, and it really doesn't matter whether you want to stitch one or not. But I have never stitched, a reproduction sampler. All the samplers that I have stitched are the designer's own designs. So my first reproduction sampler is going to be Ann Grisham, 1818 by the Scarlet Letter. She's just been speaking to me for years, and there's just something, every now and then I can look at a piece, and I love enjoying stitching, but every now and then I'll look at a piece, and it's just like it speaks to me, And I've put her aside for a while, so now I'm going to put her in the rotation. Um, we also want to let you know that we have the Hands Across the Sea samplers if you're interested in those. I haven't had a chance to sit down and just drool and pick out a couple of them. I have seen all of them, and they were a couple that just really, like scanning across. I'm like, oh, I like that one, and oh, I like that one. So maybe in the next Flosstube I can pull some of those and just show you a couple of them that are hitting out at me. We do see them at the Nashville market, and oh me, they are just like, but then there's the others of Samplers Remembered and Samplers Not Forgotten. I think Jessie and Me has a couple of her own now that are reproductions. So it's really amazing at the beautiful work that was done years ago that our designers are picking up and recreating for us to enjoy. So just answer that question, whether it be a Christmas piece, a Halloween piece. I've never punch needled. That would be a great one. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether you want to do one, but I'd kind of like to know what you haven't done, just to get a variety of what you haven't done, and then therefore, and if you want to, go ahead and answer. If you want to, I would like to do, and that would be, just some way for me to get to know you a little bit. I've always promoted, or so far, this is just my third one, so it's not like I'm a pro. Don't claim to be, and I know that's not my goal. My goal is just to share needlework with you. So I've got one piece sitting back here that I'm working on, and this is Not Forgotten Farm, which is Lori Brecklin, Bittersweet Pumpkin. I'm sorry, I didn't get this one out of the package either. But this has been a fun punch, and I've got to stay on the Apothecary series so I can have them done before the end of, before I run out of time to get them sent off to be finished. So I did change on the Apothecary series, as I've mentioned. I did change the fabric color and the thread colors. Our dye lots just wasn't working, and I want to make sure that I give Kathy a pretty piece. I hope she likes it. I hope she likes them when we're through with them, and that we get to enjoy more designers as they keep coming up with new things and reproducing or charting and giving us the reproduction samplers. There is so many things to stitch. It's as a shop owner, it's hard to even, what do we keep in stock? What do we order? Yeah, and it is, I don't know how many of you know what squirrel is, but it's easy for me to go squirrel when the delivery boxes come in, to see what I did order, and then try to keep, it's like, okay, which one do we do for a shop model, and which one it's a challenge for us. So we love hearing from you, our customers, of what will work, what you like, even what you don't like, because we want to know you. This is your freedom to choose to stitch whatever, to punch whatever. So just a reminder, if you will go ask and join our Freedom Friday Facebook page. That's just kind of a way we can get to know you a little bit better and what you like. And I want to sign off with, remember to answer the questions, or at least one. I have never stitched. And then if you want to, I would like to stitch, and that'll help us out to decide what we do as far as, I'm sorry, it has been a busy morning already. And we will make a selection of who will get what. So what are we going to give away? I think we will do a Hands Across the Sea sampler. How is that? That's going to be a reproduction sampler. And you will get to choose which one you want. So I'm not going to narrow that down to just any particular one of them. We have almost all in stock. We did have them in stock, and a box came in this week, and a lady had picked one off of our spinner. And when I seen that she liked it, I'm like, okay, yeah, we just got this box in. Would you like to shop the box? And so she shopped the box and got two before we even got them bagged and put out on the floor. So next week's drawing will be a Hands Across the Sea sampler of your choice. That's part of freedom. You'll get to choose which one you select to put into your stash and start stitching. I want to sign off with just saying thank you for watching. Thank you for the blessings that you give to the needlework industry. Thank you for watching over life itself, and take care of you. If you don't take care of you, you can't help take care of others. Oh, one more shout out, Miss Vanna. She has really been an encouragement. She's doing some shop finishing for me now, and it's took a load off of me and my other finisher, Miss Susie. I don't know if she's watching this, or if she will watch it, but I've got a stack to send to her too. So thanks, everybody. And until next time, have a great summer and have fun. Bye.